Well, got the comeback win today. Went down a little bit early. Coop had a bit of a rough day. How important was it to bounce back, especially to respond so quickly, scoring the runs later?
Yeah, it's we're just like I said, we're just trying to get better every game and every day, and this game it'll humble you. It's tough. Like I said, we got a lot of new guys, and this game is always something you're figuring out. No matter what your success is, I guarantee you, as the major leagues has gotten out to 5 or 6 games in, you're going to see guys. You're going to look up one day and so is hitting 214, or and you're going to say, what's going on with him? It's just a tough game, and no matter how much success you have, it's hard to figure out. Cooper was one of our best pitchers last year. He's still good. He had a great first inning. Something kind of second inning happened, and it seemed like this game can kind of make you talk to yourself and doubt yourself a little bit. But he's a great pitcher, and it was one of our big reasons we got to Omaha last year. And so he'll figure it out. It's just you got to keep going out there, and as Jimmy V said, you don't give up, don't quit on yourself, believe in yourself. Your teammates believe in you, and when you got so many people believing in you, things are going to happen. So, but that's the story with Cooper, and then Frostman gets a big 3-run homer after their first baseman made a great play on Austin Fort's ball down the line. So you could that was a big hit because that could have changed things right there if they get out of that inning, and makes it 5-3. We left a couple people on third base with less than 2 outs, I think twice, which looked like it could be a problem because they were throwing their best bullpen arms. That's the way the middle of the week is. Everybody's worried about the weekend, so in the middle of the week, if you're in the game, you see their best bullpen arms. If you're not in the game, you see their back of the bullpen. And Thompson and Reddy and they threw some guys at us really, really good. And I thought Thompson was electric. And so we had a tough time there, but we left a couple guys on third with less than 2 outs. Looked like it might come back to bite us, and then Ty Head got the big one on the contact play with a guy on third and less than 2 outs, and that got us a big run. But it's then Shofton gets the big out after second and third, and anyway, just a lot of Shofton did a great job. Hogue, what a night he had, huh? He's seeing the ball so good right now, and really, obviously one of the best hitters in the ACC, which makes you one of the best hitters in the country. But Hogue had an incredible night tonight, and it's just we're still trying to just make progress and get better one day at a time, and hopefully have a good practice tomorrow and get ready for a big weekend with Virginia.
Talk about that bullpen. Y'all's really stepped up. Jackson Lucas came in, kind of quieted things down, and then Shofton was just shoving for 4 1/3 there. Career high for him in strikeouts.
Jackson came in and kept things at bay after the rocky start, and did a really, really good job. And then I think Shofton came in with the man on and 2 outs in relief of Jackson and shut it down the rest of the way. So it's really big, especially when you use a lot of bullpen in the weekend at Duke. But so it was a big win tonight, especially after, like I say, falling behind 5-0. That's a really good Greensboro team. They've always been very offensive. They can really hit, and that's a really good ball club there.
Lots of quick resiliency, especially after going down 5-0 very quick. How can that help breed confidence in the team going forward?
Well, I think anytime you see that happen, any comebacks, you think we're never out of it. Everybody's watching March Madness right now, and I think we're down to 4 teams, right? I love to listen to the interviews from the players and the coaches, and one general theme is they talk about we're never out of it. We just stick with things. I think there were some great comebacks. I don't know whether it was Houston or Texas Tech made a great comeback. It seemed like one game Houston made a great comeback when you're down like 10 points with 3.5 to go, or 13 with 3.5 to go, and it's just that belief in each other, and you basically just keep playing. You got to keep grinding, keep playing, and anyway, it's good to do that, and all that. Anytime you see that, it builds confidence that it's going to happen again.
How much difference have you seen in Andrew Schaffner this year, only focusing on pitching, not going to 2A?
Well, he's a great athlete, so he could play 2A. He's a great athlete, great outfielder, and has the potential as a hitter. But he's all great athletes. They can do 2 things. Josh Hamilton. I own Josh Hamilton here. A lot of people thought he was going to get drafted as a pitcher. Josh was throwing like 96 at Athens Drive his senior year, and big left-hander, and a lot of guys can do different things, but Schaffner's been just really, really good for us. Really, really good. I didn't think he was as good tonight, as he is usually. He didn't have good fastball command. He usually has impeccable fastball command, but he found a way to do it without his great command with the fastball.
And how big has he been? Kind of, talking about Cooper not having, a great start to the year. How big has Andrew kind of been in the bullpen, kind of helping?
Schaffner and Nance have been outstanding. Duden and Smith are still working some things out. Duden had a great outing at Duke, but those two guys and Carson Kelly, they've been our best three guys out of the bullpen consistently. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's been great.
6-2 in state play this year. Obviously, you want those two losses back from Durham, but considering the level of talent in the state of North Carolina, do you kind of hang your hat on that success?
There's just, if you look at our schedule, there's talent everywhere we play.
Okay.
It's just a tough schedule. It's tough to be in the ACC, but it's tough to be in North Carolina, the schedule we play. I mean, and everybody's good. Virginia Tech went and swept Wake Forest at Wake Forest, and then they lose to Radford today. It's just everybody plays quality baseball right now. If you take any day off, you're going to be in trouble, especially with the schedule we play.
Frostman got the offense started with the 3-run bomb, but especially later, it was a lot of singles. DeCrisio had that sack bunt, really just manufacturing runs around the bases. How important was that to be able to score runs that way?
We can execute the small game. Head stole a couple bases today, but we can execute the small game with a bunting, much that what happened at Georgia last year, that first game that led to all those 11-run inning or whatever. And when you can execute the small game, it makes everything else easier. And our guys still got to be able to understand that and take advantage of that. We did tonight. Big bump by DeCrisio.
Speaking of, Matt Hebner leads the country in sacrifice bunts. What kind of makes him?
He's a steady player. He plays great defense at third. He's a steady player. He's a player that does all the things right, runs the bases, heady player, and bat control is something. JT Jarrett, who's on our staff now, was a master at it for 5 years here, and I have Hebner's in that realm right there.
You said during the preseason that chemistry isn't built in winning, but it's cultivated during losing. To go from that series in Durham to today's game, how did you see this team kind of coalesce and come together for this win today?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Tough loss. We talk about winning the series. We won the first two series. We had a chance Sunday to win 3 series in a row, 2 on the road. And in the beginning of the game, I thought it was going to happen. I really did. I thought Moreau was pitching great, and I thought we had a chance to win like a 2-1 game, and it just got out of hand. And and so you take that loss, which is tough. You lost the series. You lost Sunday pretty handily, and then to get down 5-0 tonight, to come back, I think says volumes about where this team is trying to get to. The leadership of the leadership always happens in the locker room and over at the apartment complex. You know what I'm saying? That's where leadership takes place. Those conversations on the couch, watching TV, playing video games, and playing cards. That's where leadership takes place, and I think our guys have done a pretty good job of that with all new guys.
How could this win help prepare for Virginia exclusively?
Every win helps. Every win. Some people say you learn. I like learning from wins. You try to learn from everything, but winning is good. I remember Coach Herrick, the great basketball coach at so many places, UCLA, Georgia, and Coach Herrick told me winning is good and losing is bad. I remember, and he says things very succinctly, and I'll never forget Coach Herrick telling me that, and he's exactly right.
How's Alex doing after Duke?
I think okay. He's got a Baker's cyst he took one pretty hard off the shin. Went to a specialist yesterday, actually the hurricane specialist, Dr. Barker, and as soon as he saw it and saw the x-ray, he knew exactly, because hockey players get it all the time. He was awesome how he explained it to Alex, how he told him to get it better. Told me he shouldn't play him tonight, could have played him tonight, shouldn't play him tonight. We were smart. He said not to play him on Sunday, and he says if he does what the doc said, we should have him back this weekend. So Alex has been really working hard at what Dr. Barker told him.
So thank you.
Thank you.